My primary purpose for buying a camera of any kind is to use it to capture moments that I spend with family and friends. As I have a 9-to-5 day job with limited finances, those moments happen rarely. Part of the reason why I got into YouTube is to be able to maximize the use of my gear whenever I have leisure time that doesn't happen to be family time. Portability, ease of use, and price are my main considerations for a camera. But as I gain more knowledge and experience taking photos and videos, I think it is natural progression that I began caring about the technical qualities of my content as well, considering that I am trying to reach a bigger audience. My particular concerns lately were subject to background separation or depth of field and low light capability. Which brings me to my next step, which is to get past simple point and shoots. So here's my brief overview of the Sony a6400 and why I got one. Let's go! Hi there, MC here for the SFG channel, back with another video. This is the second of my series talking about my gear that I use for YouTube, and today I will talk about the Sony a6400, a cropped sensor mirrorless camera from Sony. Now, when it comes to photography, I'm a newbie amateur. In Filipino, newbie na, amateur pa, which essentially means I don't know what I'm talking about yet, so I won't get into the technical details of this camera. There are already a lot of in-depth reviews of this camera here in YouTube, and I won't be able to add to those at this point. So I will simplify this overview into the main features of the a6400 that made me take this next step, which is to get it. So let's get right into it. Here are the 5 reasons why I got the Sony a6400. Reason number 1. With the 24.2 megapixel sensor, which is a way bigger sensor than any that I ever had before in any of my cameras, plus the promise of clean images even in dim light with its higher ISO range and image noise reduction, I expect better low light capability than the action or point and shoot cameras that I have. Reason number 2. With a bigger sensor, better processor, and better autofocusing than any of my previous cameras ever, the expectation is I will get a big leap on photo and video quality immediately, plus a lot more room for improvement later on as I learn, because of the tech inside this camera that hopefully I will be able to utilize in full. So that, along with the confidence in being able to take better photos and videos, I can be more creative. Reason number 3. The versatility of interchangeable lens. Before, I was stuck with whatever lens that my cameras came with. My shooting options were not much because of the limited focal length and aperture. Now, with just one camera, I can take wide-angle shots, do portraits with nice background blur or bokeh, zoom in from a distance, that, and more, just by changing lenses. It can be pretty expensive though, so I have to balance between versatility and need. Reason number 4. The size. Size matters, man. Size matters. While going with the a6400 means going with a bigger camera than I ever had before, the a6400 is still compact and lightweight. Its relatively compact size means while this will be my main shooter at home doing YouTube stuff, I can still bring this with me anywhere, even for travel. Reason number 5. The flip screen. The flip screen. You see, my previous main shooter for this YouTube channel was a GoPro Hero 5. When I shoot videos of myself, I take a lot of time setting it up purposely to cover a wide area to make sure I am in frame. And the only way I will know if the result looks okay is when I play back after the recording. There were a lot of times that I had to go back to set up and reshoot because I messed up in the framing. Now, with this flip screen, I can see myself as I record videos and even take selfie photos. The screen is just the right size so that I can see the video settings if I film myself using a focal length not greater than 35 millimeters. The end result is it makes my workflow easier and faster. Now, of all the cameras that are available from a lot of different brands and even from Sony itself, why did I choose the a6400? I didn't go for Canon, Nikon, and even Panasonic because their cameras don't excite me. Now, before you flame me down in the comments below, please take note that this is coming from the point of view of a photography newbie, so please be kind. Also, I don't know my camera history and I have no prior experience using Canon, Nikon, or even Panasonic, so I fall back to brand loyalty on electronics, which has always been with Sony. Starting with the Sony PlayStation 1 to 4, I have a Sony phone, I have Sony headphones, and I have a Sony pocket camera. I have been a happy customer with Sony ever since, so I choose to stay with the brand. Next question is, why did I pick the Sony a6400 specifically among the other choices in the Sony APS-C line? At the time of my purchase, the only other models available were the Sony a6000, the Sony a6300, and the Sony a6500. All of those don't have a flip screen, and that's basically the decision point right there. Next question is, why didn't I go the full frame route? There are two main reasons. One, a full frame camera is just too big for me, and I wouldn't be able to just walk around carrying a full frame camera, just casually shooting whatever. The next concern is the price. Relatively, a Sony full frame camera, or any full frame camera for that matter, is more expensive, both the camera bodies and the lenses that go with them. And at this point, there is no Sony full frame camera yet that has the flip screen. So I go back to the size, the price, and the magical flip screen. Anyways, those are the reasons why I chose the Sony a6400, and this is now my main shooter for photos and the videos that I shoot for this channel. You probably saw minor improvements in my latest videos, and I expect a lot of improvements soon. My usual setup with the a6400 when I shoot my YouTube videos is this way. I mount it on a tripod, a portable light up front, I have the screen out facing towards me as a monitor with a boom mic or external mic attached to the camera to record backup audio internally in the camera along with the video, plus a lav mic connected to a Zoom HN1 recorder, which is the main audio track that I use that I stitch together with the video in post. If you have any specific questions about the a6400, please hit me up in the comment section down below and let me see if I can answer them for you. And that's it. Please remember to click like and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. MC here for the SFG channel, signing off. Peace.